Hello, my foodie friends, and welcome back to another edition of In the Kitchen with Karen. So if you saw my quick little video last week about my cherries, I was so excited because we have all these cherry orchards right next to us, and I was showing you how great they look, and some people in my comments were saying, you need to make a recipe featuring those cherries. So today, that's what I'm gonna do. We are gonna be making a red wine cherry crisp. So I was trying to think of some recipes that would be good, and my friend Dave over at Recipes Unclassified gave me some good ideas, and I came up with this one called red wine cherry crisp. Now, red wine has a lot of cherry notes to it, so I think this is gonna work out really well. Now, if you guys don't know Dave, head on over to his channel because he makes the most awesome recipes, and I'm gonna post a link to his channel down below. So when you're done watching my video, please go check him out. You won't be sorry. So let's get cooking. For our crisp topping, we're gonna need 1 large beaten egg, 3/4 cup of 1 minute or rolled oats, 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And now we're just gonna mix all this up. Now this is how it should look. It's going to be dry and crumbly, but still clumped together like this. Now we're gonna set this aside and work on our cherry filling. All right, now let's make our cherry filling. In a medium saucepan, we're gonna need 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And now we're gonna give that a really good whisk. And to that, we are gonna add 1/3 of a cup of water and 1/2 cup of red wine. Today I'm using a red blend, which is a Merlot Zinfandel Cabernet, but you can use Cabernet, Merlot, any kind that is your favorite. And now give this a really good stir while it's cold because we want to make sure there's no lumps in here. And now I have 3 cups of pitted halved cherries that I'm going to add. And now I'm gonna turn on my burner to medium. And we're gonna let this just come to a boil, and it's gonna start to thicken. So our cornstarch mixture has thickened up really nicely. It took about 5 minutes. I stirred it occasionally, and this is what it looks like. And don't worry, you can serve this to kids. All the alcohol has totally burned off, but you're gonna get the great flavor of the wine. So now it's time to put this in a baking dish. So I have a greased 9-inch round dish. You can also use a square dish, and we're just gonna place this inside. And now we're gonna take our crisp mixture and sprinkle it over the top. And now I have 1/3 cup of melted butter, and we are gonna drizzle that over the top of the crumble mixture. This is gonna go in a preheated 400-degree oven for 40 minutes. Let's take it to the oven. So our cherry crisp was baking at 400 for 40 minutes and it's all done. And this is how it looks, bubbly hot. So we're gonna let it rest for about 15 minutes. We'll scoop some out and give it a taste test. We'll be back. All right, it's time to plate up our cherry crisp. And as you can hear, it is super crispy and it's been cooling. So let's see how it looks. Oh my gosh, hear that crunch? The filling looks really nice and juicy. And now just to make it a little extra special, I had some chocolate ganache left over from my strawberry bread recipe that I made a couple weeks ago. And there is nothing better than cherries and chocolate. So we are just gonna drizzle a little of that over the top. Now, of course, this is totally optional, but I think it's gonna be delicious. And then you're just gonna top it with some whipped cream. And there you have it, our red wine cherry crisp. Okay, here we go. You guys, this is a winner. The cherries are so delicious. Now, I can't tell you specifically that I taste the red wine flavor, but it gives it such a nice enhancement of the cherries. It brings out such a great flavor. The topping is super crispy. You taste the baked toasted oats. It is so delicious. Now, if I had vanilla ice cream, I would have totally topped it with that, but I didn't have any, so I would highly recommend you do that. The cherries are sweet, but yet a little tart, and they go perfectly with the crispy, crunchy topping. I hope you guys are gonna try this. If you do, please let me know. Give this a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I sure hope you will, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody. It is highly delicious.
Highly delicious?
Okay, cut. Well, I didn't think of this, but red wine goes so well with cherries. A lot of times when you're drinking red wine, they will say, oh, it has notes of red wine and berries. So this is gonna be-
Red wine have notes of red wine?
Oh, you're right. Okay, cut that part.